Hello and welcome to the course syllabus walkthrough for SPGN 323, Writing for Professionals in Special Education. This course is designed to help prepare you to be the best writer you can be as a teacher or as a speech pathologist or as an administrator. We want you to write with confidence and competence. So that's where we're headed. My contact information is right here, definitely most reachable by email. The course, General Education Rationale, is obviously you can read it on your own, but in a nutshell, we're going to give you lots of opportunity, one, to hone your writing skills, and two, to help you become familiar with various pieces of writing that are required in the profession. We have a required text, which is Gibbs and Dykes 2007, The Guide to Writing Quality Individualized Education Programs. Scrolling down here, our course purpose is to develop and employ flexible writing and reading strategies that support our profession, to use writing strategies that help us perfect our writing and address the expectations of our audiences when we do write in special education. Later in the course, you'll form a research question and be able to write a brief literature review for a grant proposal that speaks to researching and responding to pertinent education questions. And we'll use a number of different genres or types of writing to be able to communicate information to parents, administrators, to the state, etc. So we learn a variety of means of communication in the written form, such as class newsletters, notes home to parents, IEP documents, and so on. So here are your course objectives. I will let you read through those on your own, and we'll continue on to the course structure and flow. The course is delivered entirely online, 14 weekly modules, and use the calendar to and just go by the module to-do lists to find out what is due each week. And you're going to submit assignments through Canvas, and I will do my very best to get you feedback in a timely manner. Assignments and projects totaling 100 points possible are as follows, and again, you'll get lots more information as each assignment is presented in your module to-do lists. You'll be taking an initial diagnostic quiz to find out where your strengths and weaknesses are as a writer, and we'll also be doing some skill boosting exercises. That will be 10% of your grade. Parent communications, 16% of the final grade. You'll be writing notes home to parents that are kind and appropriate and free from errors. You'll be writing a class newsletter. So we want to get very secure in our ability to communicate to parents. You'll have a journal, which will be 11% of your final grade, and I will be having you watch videos or read articles and respond very briefly but perfectly to a prompt, to a question about the video or the column that you're reading or what have you. And these journal entries, they're very brief, usually 3 to 5 sentences maximum. I not only want you to respond to the question at hand, but also to take this opportunity to construct perfect sentences in terms of punctuation, capitalization, grammar, spelling, and so on. Each one of these journal posts is worth a point. You'll get a half a point for answering the prompt, answering the question adequately, and the other half a point goes to whether or not you have created a perfect or near perfect post. So we want to take this opportunity to perfect our proofreading skills. You'll be completing a personal statement, which is 12% of the final grade, and you can use this statement if you haven't, well, you haven't probably yet taken the steps to become admitted to the teacher prep program here. You can use this application to apply for the initial teacher prep program. You could use the statement to apply for a scholarship application, for student teaching application, graduate school application, etc. There's going to be lots of times in your professional career where you will be asked to write a personal statement, so this is a good way to get started with a little hand holding. All right, grant proposal comes later in the course, and you're going to learn how to write a very basic proposal for grant funding. And within that proposal, you'll write a brief literature review that will serve as a rationale for what you want to do, what you want to have funded. And those are great skills to have, grant writing, as you can well imagine, because schools are not adequately funded, and you often have to seek your own funding for the extra services and equipment that you find you will need. You'll write PLAF and goals and objectives. PLAFs are present level of academic and functional performance documents, and they go in the IEP, as do goals and objectives, and that will be 24% of your final grade. You'll write a progress report, which is kind of like report card comments. There's a skill to that and an art to that, so we'll learn how to do those kind of statements that will reflect the accurate progress of your students and not tick off your parents that you're writing to. And then finally, in this course, student-professor interaction is an important component. We will have at least one Skype session between you and I, you and me. Let's get our grammar correct here. And that is just, in the initial Skype session, is just to check in, to talk about the results of your diagnostic quiz, to get acquainted. But anytime later on in the course, when either one of us, you or me, feels it would be appropriate to Skype about a paper or a grammar issue or what have you, we can do that. Grading scale is right here. And this is a course where you have to have a C or better in order to pass the class. Actually, yeah, and it's basically in order to pass the class. You have to have a C or better to continue in the major, so you would have to retake the class if you get anything less than a C. Here is our message, standard message on academic integrity. Please read it and adhere to it, and don't cheat. Student responsibilities. So read these carefully. This will help you be successful. This list of responsibilities will help you keep your head above water and help you be successful in this class. Note that we do have late point submission deductions or point deductions for late submissions, and very late work will not be accepted at all because a lot of assignments are building one upon the other, and we really need to be timely with our submissions of work. Most important is to proofread carefully every single thing you submit to this class. This is one of those classes where I plan to be super nitpicky about spelling, punctuation, and grammar. This is it's time to step up and become the best, strongest, most confident writer you can be. I will be, in a sense, your writing coach for this semester. I'll give you lots of individual feedback, and I'm going to meet you where you are performing now and try to kick it up a notch or two or three with you professionally to help you remediate any weaknesses that you have in your writing, and just make sure that your strengths are shining through as a writer. So think of me as your writing coach. There are several very useful resources listed here. The Purdue Online Writing Lab is a wonderful place to go for your grammar questions, APA formatting questions. That's like MLA, but it's APA, American Psychological Association. That's the standard that we use in this class. And it has lots of practice exercises. It's a great resource for you to bookmark and use frequently. Also, the Lynch Guide to Grammar and Style lets you look up, let's say you want to understand what a dangling participle is. You can just type that into this search engine here and pull up an explanation of that. The APA Style blog is a good resource for you to know about in general, but specifically when we do our grant proposal, because that is a piece of writing that we will adhere to the APA format when we prepare that document, the grant proposal. I definitely want to help you have a very successful experience in this class. So if you have any special learning needs, disabilities, health issues, what have you, please let me know, and I will be more than happy to adjust things and make sure that you are having the best experience in SPGN 323 as possible so that you can be as successful as possible in the course. And then finally, I have a list of just some general resources that EMU has available to you for all kinds of supports. This is kind of standard syllabus boilerplate here. We like students to know that there are services available for lots of different issues you may be facing. And in particular for this class, you may want to take advantage of the EMU writing support at the University Writing Center. So that information is here. And then finally, just scrolling down, just know that there is a kind of a list of the modules and their due dates and and the assignments therein. These are also listed on the course calendar, which you can click into over here. I am so looking forward to getting to know you as students and as writers, and I'm very accessible. Always reach out to me if you have a question that's not answered in the course web pages or in the syllabus. I want you to succeed, and I'm here for you. Here's to a great semester.